are just gonna have to deal with bad internet. So sorry, it's Australia. We don't really have the best internet. I think I've got like 1 megabyte upload speed, which is like on a good day, which I guess this is not. So yeah, 480p at 25 frames a second is just not fast enough. So let's get into this game. So well played versus Valhalla Esports. Valhalla decided to ban the Centaur Warrunner and the Silencer. Centaur has got a new change to his aghanim, so it makes him a really fearsome hero in terms of ganking, because you can just run over trees, I guess. So if someone's in an odd position, then you can just jump on them anyway. Sort of turns everyone into bat riders in a way. Although it doesn't give you vision, but it does give you the 70% damage resistance. So if you're being jumped on by anyone, you just pop that ult, and it's better than Conker's Rum, basically. And Silencer ban, just a strong pickup overall. I don't think there was very much change with him in the patch. I don't really remember. But yeah, always a strong hero. Has a really good global presence with his global ults. And Batrider and Lone Druid being banned. Lone Druid, I'm not really sure why they would ban that. I mean, Aghanims is a good upgrade that they've gotten updated with Lone Druid. And the Warcry was also buffed in terms of its damage at higher levels. I think level 1 is still the same, but basically he got buffed a little bit, but I'm not really sure if it's enough. I mean, they buffed Radiance, so Radiance and Lone Druid is amazing, but is it worth it? I don't know. Well, it's being first banned. Batrider, always a strong ban, even though he got nerfed into the ground, like, really badly. One of those things where he just got, like, he got the nerf stick really badly, even though, like, people, I guess most people thought he was alright hero, but getting a blink dagger by 10 minutes is too fast, apparently, for Ice Frog, so now you got to stay in lane a lot longer, because his, at level 2, his Napalm, is it Napalm? No, it's Firefly does 10 damage a second, which is really bad. One of those things where you just sort of have to stay in lane until you're at level 4 or 5, really, before you can go into the jungle. But regardless, we were seeing Valhalla picking up the Gyrocopter. Really strong support. One of those, like, he feels like Leshrac in a way, because he has so much damage, but he's really squishy as well. But a lot of utility is he has a cooldown at level 6. His ult goes through BKB, so scales really well into the mid and late game. Flat Cannon, good way of catching up and becoming a carry in the late game. Homing Missile, ridiculous damage and almost impossible to stop. Takes 10 tower hits to destroy and 5 hero hits to destroy. So, like, one of those things where you literally got to be hitting this from the very start and have a really good attack speed to get rid of it. And obviously Rocket Barrage, one of the most damaging spells in the game at level 1, and scales to about 600 damage overall if you're hitting one target, so pretty ridiculous. So we see Witch Doctor and Sand King pick up. Pretty good supports, although this also forces their hand. They've sort of revealed that they're going with these two supports. Sand King can go mid, but not against an OD, obviously. Witch Doctor obviously has to go into safe lane, into what's called a support position. And they're picking up an OD. Now, OD, he's most likely going to be in the mid lane, just because he's a lane dominator to a degree, especially against int heroes. So what's going to happen is it sort of forces Wellplayed's hand into either picking non-int heroes or picking int heroes that can sort of deal with Outworld Devourer. You're never going to win a lane against Outworld Devourer as an int hero, but you're also not really going to lose it unless you get ganked. And I can almost imagine they're going to pick up like something like a Mirana maybe to set up with the Astral Imprisonment, because you're going to be spamming that anyway. Having Mirana just with the threat of an arrow sort of forces the mid player to play a bit more defensively. And we're seeing a Viper and Bristleback banned out. Now, Bristleback, one of those things where it's sort of a weird situation where you can sort of get items that help him out. Like the new Octarine Core, it lowers his cooldowns. Now, his cooldowns are already really short as is, but if you lower by 25%, you're basically increasing his damage per second, damage over time by 25%. Basically, the fights... he gets more quills off at a faster time. He gets more he gets more goo, nasal glue. So he gets that armor reduction, and also with the increase in speed, it increases his Warpath ultimate to get more stacks faster. So instead of taking about like 10 seconds to get all of his stacks up to like to 7 stacks of Warpath, he gets it up in like 7.5 seconds or 7 seconds, and that could be really good because you don't expect it, like Bristleback to be on the warpath so fast sort of thing. Ooh, a Tinker pickup. Very interesting. And a quick Venge Spirit pickup. So this is one of those things where Tinker's going to have to be very wary of the Nether Swap in the mid to late game, because that's one of those things where it'll just disrupt it'll stuff up your positioning. And Tinker is a very positional hero. His March of the Machines, like, spell casts just on himself, so he has to be in the right position to use it. Heat-seeking missile, he has to be in range. It's obviously 2,500 range, it's really good range, but you still have to be there. And laser is very low range, 550 cast range, so one of the things where you have to be right up close and personal to someone who's probably going to be hitting you back. And looks like Well Played's going for the late game with a Medusa pickup. Now, they probably aren't... I wonder if they... I'm pretty sure they changed it so as long as you have more int than the other person, if the difference in intelligence is less than the threshold, you lose 75% of your current mana. So it's one of those things where OD is actually direct counter to Medusa if you have more int. And in most situations you will, although Medusa does build a lot of int items such as Lincoln Sphere, Skadi, Manta Style, which does have a lot of has 10 intelligence as well. So, and we're seeing a counter to that with the Anti-Mage. So this is a very interesting thing that's going on. It's sort of like they're going for tit for tat sort of thing. So this is going to definitely be a support gyrocopter. I can't see this being anything else. And the question is whether they go into an aggressive or defensive, or whether they try and fight each other or not. Witch Doctor, pretty decent with his Paralyzing Cask, as well as his Voodoo Restoration. He's able to heal up the rest of his team that are being jumped on. It's not ideal at level 1, but I mean, it's something. It's better. It's like basically having a like double the health regen of, say, a Tango. So, I mean, it's good at like sustaining the lane, and you got Maledict, which sort of guarantees you kills if you've got, like, say, a Burrow Strike. So you Paralyzing Cask into Maledict, and then you Burrow Strike with a couple of right clicks and you win. So we're seeing a Broodmother banned out from Valhalla Esports. Makes sense. They've only really got a Gyrocopter and Vengeful Spirit's Wave of Terror to clear the Spiderlings. And they haven't picked up an offlaner yet. So one of those things where if Wellplayed does have a Broodmother player, then they could easily pick it up and dominate the lane, especially against an anti-mage. The Broodmother can get like a fast Orchid, and then the anti-mage has to go into the aggressive jungle just to farm, because the Broodmother's going to have that jungle. And we're seeing a Lina pick up, Lina banned up actually. And I wonder why, because I'm assuming this is a safe lane Medusa with a mid Tinker. They could swap it around, and it looks like they're going for a Slardar. So they're probably going aggressive tri-lane, yeah? With a Slardar as the carry, Sand King, Witch Doctor supporting the Slardar, and then they're having a Tinker mid and a Medusa in the safe lane by himself. Probably going to have... probably going to go for a Lincoln Sphere, I reckon, just because if you're in the solo lane, you need something to sustain yourself, especially against what could be in the off lane. What could it be, really? I mean, it's one of those things where if they pick up like an Undying here at this point, could be an interesting pickup. But I don't know whether it would actually work, because what it will do is it'll force because what they need is an offlaner really. But if they put an offlaner and then they're putting the anti-mage in a safe in a solo position, or the Undying in a solo position, either way, Odie's probably going to be by himself because he needs the levels to get up his Essence Aura. So this is interesting. I wonder what they're going to pick up. They could just pick up a... I feel like they got to pick up something that does well in against aggressive trial lanes. So, but they've already got support. So maybe something that'll punish the solo Medusa. That's probably what they're thinking. Either Medusa or Tinker. One of them will be solo, and they're probably going to pick up something that'll do well against that. They're spending a lot of time thinking about it. They've used up a lot of their bonus time. As soon as I pick it up, I'm going to go grab a glass of water. So I'll be back in about like 10 seconds. But let's give it a second. Yeah, Undying. Yeah, so I was actually right about that. So they're probably going to have a anti-mage as a solo lane. So I'll be back in 10 seconds. All right, I'm back. All right, So from what I'm aware, Rannick is the mid player, although Saz is known to occasionally swap, so they're not a very rigid team. But Saz usually plays carry, Nev usually plays support, so this is a pretty standard lineup for them. It'll be interesting to see how Rannick does in the OD, because I've actually never seen him play OD. Alright, so let's get the introductions underway. For well played, we have Jay on the Slardar. We have Tinker, played by Rue, who's probably the captain because he's the one who's been talking to everyone. Although Jinx is pretty talkative as well. Anyway, Jinx for well played on the Witch Doctor. Sand King, played by the Panda's friend. And what's called Akame Sensei on the Medusa on a pretty cool set, I think. It's the what's called the I-League Season 3 ticket set with the Eye of Skadi thing. Alright, so just to let you know, guys know, I'm getting really bad frame rate as well, and that's partly due to, like, what's called, broadcasting being very taxing on my computer. It's a 5-year-old computer, but it was top of the line at the time, so it's still alright, but I mean, it's getting on in years. I mean, 5 years is pretty long for a computer. Like this computer actually has the i7 actually. So, but it was like the first generation of i7, I think, or maybe even the second. So, we might be seeing an engagement here, but they don't really have any lockdown. They only have rocket barrage really. But if they have a slow, there's no boots on Gyrocopter. I feel like this is almost a mistake. Gyrocopter just does so well with boots, and he's gonna do it. Now the problem is he's gonna be under tower now. And first blood goes to well played. Not well played. Actually, I think it did go to well played. So 2 for 1 though. So I'm not really sure how profitable it was. I mean, Vengeful Spirit and Undying are almost level 2 already, and Odie got the rune. So, like, if one of these guys got the rune, it would have actually been a fast level 2, which for a Undying lane is pretty ridiculous. So what's happened here actually? This is actually really smart by picking this Undying actually up. Is what they've done. Oh, that's nice. Actually, that's really nice. That's more than enough gold for him. They've sort of brought it back. Very smart play by the Panda's friend on the Sand King there. So what are we seeing with this Anti-Mage? Anti-Mage is up against a dual lane. They've blocked out the camp, but there's no real supports here. I think they should have expected this, not having any supports for the Anti-Mage, because they did have an Undying. They were planning on having this Undying lane with the supports being there to sort of pressure the Medusa. So the Medusa's not getting farmed, but the Anti-Mage is also not. The thing though is Anti-Mage is probably arguably a bit better at getting farmed because he's got the blink to be able to get away. And I know Saz is a decent player. He's probably not going to get caught out, and if he does, he's probably not going to die in that sense. Mid lane, however, we're seeing a lot of harass done to this Outworld Devourer. A bit unusual, I guess. He's just been walking into March. Yeah. Not ideal, and you can see he's still walking into March. He's going for the disruption though, so now this Tinker has absolutely 0 mana and can't use any spells. So it's one of those things where you sort of have to trade between taking damage and lowering the enemy's mana pool. So this is sort of how you have to play Undying as well. You just sort of decay once, and you got to keep at least 1 or 2 decays on you, because it lasts like 40 seconds. So you can generally keep that sustained for like 6 or 7 minutes, really, because you have decent mana regen. Plus with the clarity, and he's already got a headdress, wow. So the problem with this headdress, though, is it's going to make the lane push out regardless. You can't toggle it on and off. At least I don't think you can. No, you can't. So yeah, now we got Tinker getting a bottle. He went for a fast bottle, it looks like, and he got pull tangos, and he had got very few stat items. Let's look at the last hits and denies. Undying at the top of the leaderboard. And I think he was responsible for the, he got like 2 of those kills, I think, or thereabouts. And it looks like we're going to tower dive at level 2 with Undying. He's pretty tanky, but like, not against all those tower hits, so... do they have detection? Do they even want detection? I don't know. But Witch Doctor's come, and now it's a solo lane. This is exactly what they want for the anti-mage, because anti-mage can now just like hit this with the slider, and the slider will have no mana at all. Like 3 hits basically with that. Oh. And Jay is actually playing this right by spending all his mana. He's not going to be able to use his mana anyway, so he might as well use it. And what he's done is he's forced the final bit of regen from this anti-mage, who's actually gone for a ring protection. I'm interested to see why he did that. I think he's probably going to go for a fast ring of health. So let's have a look. See. Also, notice how Sand King's actually gone 2 points in Burrow Strike as opposed to 2 points in Sandstorm to start jungling. It's I think it's probably better to do this just in terms of the way the game has gone out because yeah, it's if you can sort of guarantee that Burrow Strike, it does more damage. It's easier to land. And yeah, you can also hit more people because it's longer basically. So it's one of the things where you can like stack jungle and stuff like that, but then your carry's not getting any farm, so it's better to stay behind your carry, make sure she's safe, and yeah, the Panda's friend seems to be doing the right thing. And looks like Rannick's going for the top rune. Looks like they're going to make some contention. Although, like, OD is much, much, much better at dealing with those kinds of heroes. And you can see, like, with just 2 of these things up, he's down to 45 damage. So the only way you can get last hits, really. You can see he missed the last hit there. He didn't even, like, it'd take, like, 3 hits to kill that creep. He can't hit creeps at all on the tower. Now it's 55, so it's alright. But yeah, the only real way he's gonna get last hits now is through the march. And you see, like it's one of the things where this spell here is instant, whereas laser has like a cast delay, which is it's pretty long actually. It's almost like a second, I reckon. So in that time to be able to cast laser, you're gonna get something else going on. And let's see if the stun's coming out. And yeah, double decay. So this Undying's gonna be really tanky. And there's like 3 zombies on this guy now, and you can see the finishing off by the gyrocopter. Heaps of damage coming from this rocket barrage. I believe it starts off at 300 and it goes up to like 600 damage. So right now it's doing 400 magic damage, which I guess equates to 300 damage. So after reductions, let's see how the mid lane is doing. OD with 21, Tinker with 17. So not too bad for Tinker getting 17 last hits. I was expecting more, and I was also expecting Rannick to probably have a bit more denies and a bit more last hits than this. I guess he's focused more on harass or stuff like that. Also, is this Treads or is this a Midas? I wonder. Soul Ring coming up on someone. Probably Witch Doctor? No, it couldn't be Witch Doctor. No, it'll be Tinker, yeah. Good item, especially with this Astral Imprisonment. It reduces your mana as well as your int. By reducing it into essentially reduces your mana too. But with Soul Ring, it doesn't matter as long as you have more than 150 mana. Well, as long as you have enough total mana, you can do it. All right. And this is actually kind of dangerous because with a 1 laser and heat-seeking rocket, you can probably kill this Outworld Devourer. 250 health is not amazing. Although it looks like Rannick is going to get the Invis Rune. I wonder if he's going to rotate though, because they've already put a lot of pressure on this Medusa. She's only level 3. If you look compare it to the Slardar and the Anti-Mage, they're level 5 and 6. So yeah, I wonder, is this guy going to use his Tombstone? He really should use it. And is he dead? No, he's not dead. Okay. He's not taking damage from Sandstorm, but if he runs out, he will. Oh, there we go. He's got more health now. And you can see these zombies are really getting bad. And now this gyrocopter could just get the kill. And now he has to run away because he is a really squishy hero, even with Maledict. And this Undying got away. Wow, that fast chainmail is done really well. And looks like gyrocopter's done for. And Nevji is going to take a bit of tower damage. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like getting a pause. I think someone's probably lagging, maybe. Meanwhile, Tinker's missing. And yeah, this Medusa's had a really tough time of it. She's managed to get Akame Sense has managed to get a Ring of Protection as well as Magic Stick. So like she's got enough like very bare basic items, but she's level 3, And you compare it to Vengeful Spirit, who's a support who's level 3. Undying is level 5. And what's it called? Gyrocopter, who's also level 5, yeah. So like, and even Sand King's a higher level, mostly because she keeps dying before anyone else dies. So it almost seems worth it to, even if you're giving the Sand King more levels. Sand King has no like, she even has a stick, J stick. Who got a stick? Oh, okay, Slardar. So I guess Slardar traded it for a bit. I wonder if you actually get the stick charges even if it's not yours. I guess not. If you can't use it technically, I guess it doesn't give charges either. I wonder if that's an interesting mechanic that could be implemented where you give someone else your stick and then they end up getting the charges. So anyway, he's just going to start jungling. I think he could have actually stacked this in time maybe. And if he gets his regen rune, he can get all his mana back, which could be good. Could help him out in this lane. Which you can see already, like, I'm guessing they have a Bassi ring. No, they don't. They have Buckler, though. Yeah, I really think you should get a Bassi ring in these sort of lanes. Like, it gives you the mana regen that Undying, that Vengeful Spirit, and Gyrocopter all want. And the armor's always good for the creeps, so you can push. And you can see they're going to get this tower as well. And nice attempt at the deny, but I think she's probably going to be in trouble now. If she can run away, it'll be alright, but the zombie's going to start slowing it down. Being slowed by 0% though. But Gyrocopter's in range, so 2 more seconds and then we're going to see a bang. And they might be able to turn on this actually, because they haven't used Tombstone, or have they? Oh, they did. Yeah, they did. So that's really nice by them. They've managed to get double kills because Gyrocopter's level 6 now. Wow. Even before the Undying. So I guess the Gyrocopter's the one getting the last hits on these kills and living the most. So this is the part where I'm guessing Tinker... No, he doesn't have bits of travel. I guess you're not going to get it fast as fast as normal because you're getting less money from creeps. And looks like Sand King's tanking the jungle too, so... Oh, we're seeing a gang coming in. And... Oh, this is not very good. Is he going to take one more hit? Pretty sure Undying OD is faster. Yeah, 10 MS faster, but looks like Tinker's now in trouble. Where is he going? He's going to have to turn around and hit that zombie, otherwise he's going to be slowed. And Undying is a pretty fast hero himself, yeah. We're going to see some decays, maybe? So the magic missile does more damage? Maybe not? Okay. Well, that's it. GG. Tinker's down. And OD's going to be greedily sneaking up the rune. Wow. What a greedy guts. I'm surprised he has no mana, actually. Oh, he's maxed his Astral Imprisonment over Essence Aura. I think you need at least 3 points in Essence Aura to, like, be close to getting equal amount of mana cost for mana lost, sort of thing. Mana gain for mana lost. But you also have to be lucky as well, which I'm guessing with the 20%, just... Oh, 15... wait. Oh, restore chance is 40% now. It's regardless. Okay. So, I guess it's just the amount of mana that you get from... It is determinant, because I don't remember it being like this. Anyway, let's see what's going on now. I guess they're going for the Medusa, and yeah, Medusa's not in a good spot. She's level 5 though, and the snake didn't even hit any of those heroes to get mana back, so that's a bit unfortunate. At level 3, it's pretty decent. You tend to get more mana back than you lose, but not even level 6, so just gonna die. That's kind of sad. But it looks like they're really upset now. Well played. They're gonna go for the jump, I guess. And there's a mech on Undying now, so they really should not be jumping on him. Although he's coming back, is he gonna? Oh, okay. There's a Gyrocopter here. That's a really good spell as well. The Soul Rip does a lot of damage at level 1, and you see the amplified damage coming up with the Gyrocopter's Rocket Barrage. Oh my god, wow. That's amazing. Yeah, Undying is one of those really super strong early game heroes. And he was even given a mango by Gyrocopter, that's nice. Meanwhile, at the top lane, Anti-Mage is a high CS. Not a very good idea to be doing. However, like, this Undying has been creating a lot of space on the map. It's one of those, like, space created moments, I guess. I might need to drink a bit of water. Actually, I think I didn't actually put my thing on, so let me put my mic on. That's kind of a bit annoying. I guess you guys are gonna have to listen to the cast on this on Twitch stream instead of on the game until at least this point. So yeah, we've got a mech on Undying. He could go for those new boots. I believe called like Guardian Greaves or something like that. Yeah, Guardian Greaves. Um, Meanwhile, at mid lane, Outwell Devourer being devoured by these rockets, and we're seeing rockets coming the other way, and looks like Sand King dies unfortunately, and Odie kills the Tinker as well. Now Gyrocopter dies to Slider, so that's good, but he's up against an Undying who's really strong, and we're seeing a Witch Doctor coming in, but it takes 2 hits to kill him. And even with the negative armor, he still has 2 armor, so really super tanky Undying, and he just gets all his health back with that Flesh Golem. Every time a unit dies around him, then he gets a bit of health back. An enemy unit dies. And I believe it's a percentage base, so yeah, 10% for depending on things. So depending on whether it's a hero or creep. So I think it's 3% for creeps, yep. So oh, we're seeing what looks like a massive ult, and this is amazing. Triple kill from Sand King. Amazing work. They really should have been more worried about it. Combo. Yeah, so that's gonna give Sand King 2,000 gold, guys. Count it, 2,000 gold. That is ridiculous. And he died and bought a Blink Dagger, so he would have had 0 gold when he bought that. He would have bought that before he died, and hence had 0 gold when he bought that. So getting a triple kill on 3 heroes that are arguably much stronger than him. He's now got where is he? He's now got level 11, which gives him a second level of ults. He's got 2,000 gold, which can almost give him a 4-star immediately, or he can go for something else if he wants. One of those items that are new to the game is what is it? Upgrades. He can go for a Solar Crest if he wants to. That's pretty good. It's like basically like an upgraded medallion. But what else is there? Lotus Orb. That's also a pretty good item. It's basically like a blade mail for magic damage. But it only works for spells that are targeted. So homing missile, that'll be pretty good. It'll actually be amazing when I think about it, because it'll basically shoot this homing missile back. Pretty good. Also works on Mana Void. Pretty freaking good against with Mana Void, because all that damage just gets turned on you. Works on Astral Imprisonment, because Astral imprisons the OD as well, which means he's not getting any intelligence basically. Yeah, there's a lot of things here that the Sand King can pick up that would be really effective, but it looks like he's just sort of, I don't know. I think Antimage he should know that it's oh, he's not blinking out. It's really weird. Oh, he's baiting the crush. Okay. So we're seeing Witch Doctor ult come in, but just zones him out, and then he's gonna run away. But he's pretty screwed right now. A rocket itself will kill him. Okay, maybe not. Doesn't even need it. With a new cast point change with Rocket Barrage, he can cast it while moving. Meanwhile, Slider's gonna get taken out by Antimage with the help of Odie and Undying. Undying's been a lot of these kills, and he's gone for a very aggressive build as well, with maxing Decay as well as Tombstone. Like, you always want to max Tombstone because it just scales so well with levels. But some people like to get a couple of points in Soul Rip over Decay, because Decay, it does more damage and it has a lower cooldown, but I mean, like, Soul Rip also heals a little bit more. So it's one of those things where personally I like to put equal points into it. I'll at least put a couple of points in Soul Rip, because 1 point is good, but like, you want the lower cooldown as well. And we're seeing a Tombstone coming out just to zone these heroes out, although it doesn't really zone out a mechanism on a Sand King. Interesting. This is actually a really good item, because you can actually turn this into those Guardian Greaves like I was mentioning before, because Sand King likes to get mana boots too. And we're seeing a Shadow Amulet from Slaughter. Very interesting. He's probably going to be going for a Shadow Blade into a what is it called? It's a silver blade, silver something. I'll find it. Silver Edge. And oh, excuse me. So Antimage now has a Battle Fury and Treads, And anything on the courier? 4-star. So Odie's getting a 4-star. Maxed out is Essence Aura, so as long as he's lucky, he shouldn't have any issues with mana. Undying is all the way here. Now this is one of the things where Witch Doctor counters a lot of heroes that like to heal. Not like to heal, but like to dive. So is he gonna die though? Yes, he is. That's a massive kill as well. That's 600 gold going straight to Sand King. And we're seeing a massive ult coming in from Gyrocopter, but there's an ult from Witch Doctor too. Where is this Witch Doctor? He's right in the center there, but he dies, but he also kills the Gyrocopter. We're seeing Anti-Mage coming in from his farming thing to help with the kills, so he's doing pretty well. We're seeing a disruption. Oh, is he going to pop the ult? Is he going to use the ult? Yes, he is. Nice. And he probably should use his Midas on one of those creeps, I think. Either that or use on one of these big creeps, but interestingly, he went for a Midas, I think. I don't even know if you really need it. I mean, the levels it helps with the levels really well, but he was mid lane. Like, I don't know if getting like a mech or getting that earlier 4-star, or even getting like an Atos or something that'll tank you up so you don't die. You can see he's only on like 400 HP now, so I don't know. Getting something that makes him tankier could be a bit more of a help. Anti-Mage farming the enemy jungle. Gyrocopter getting some space. The Boots of Travel must have come out on Tinker, yeah, it has. But we're also seeing a rocket coming out from Gyrocopter too, so that's a bit obnoxious. You're just going to run away. Like, you sort of want to TP out, but you also don't, because like, then you just got a rocket following you all around. So he's going to rearm and get back into it. Sand King, probably going to farm up his mana boots. It only costs 900 to get your, what is it called, energy booster. So he's going to get it pretty fast, and yeah, going to work towards that, what I'm guessing is those Greaves, those Guardian Greaves. And meanwhile, Shadowblade almost coming up on Slardar, although I'm not sure how much it'll actually do. Like, it should really, because the problem here is they don't have any towers, so they don't have a lot of map control in terms of being able to get a pick off like in this area or in this area here or something like that. Because the moment you get jumped on, you're gonna get TPs from these tier 1 towers, and all of the tier 1 towers are up, by the way. So Tinker's gonna start split pushing and trying to push out these waves, but the Anti-Mage is gonna be doing the same thing. So in a way, they're sort of gonna be countering around each other, and Tinker cannot really fight against the Anti-Mage. Like, technically he can with the laser, so it'll give him about 3 seconds or 4.5, I think, at max level, which is only level 1, so 3 seconds, but 4.5 seconds of blind at level 4. It's pure damage, so it doesn't worry about the spell shield, but most anti-mages don't max their spell shield. They usually get 1 point in it. As you can see, he's getting stats as opposed to the spell shield. So we're just having a pause here, just chilling and grilling. But we may see a Sand King ult if the Gyrocopter comes back. No, it looks like he's running away. Running back to tower. Like, generally speaking, you don't want to be leaving this what's called river area. The moment you pass that, you got all these like nooks and crannies around here. Like so as soon as you pass that, people can blink in and kill you. What is Undying farming up? Looks like Crimson Guard. I like this. It's a pretty good item. It works well against Witch Doctor's ult, actually. Because Witch Doctor's ult, level 1 does 60 damage, so after the damage reduction of 50, it's only doing 10 damage. And it's one of the only spells that I know that actually goes through it. And we're seeing Undying walking in like this. Undying's one of those heroes that he has mech, so he can save his team if he wants to. He's already used mech, actually. And he's tanking a lot of this Witch Doctor ult. That's actually ridiculous. That Witch Doctor ult saved them, basically. Oh, wow. Massive ult on Witch Doctor, though. Yeah, the game's, like, doing so much that it's actually lagging. So we're seeing, oh, no. He timed it wrong. That's one of the things where you gotta have, like, ridiculous... You gotta have pretty fast attack speed to be able to attack, finish your wind-up, and then use your stun. Otherwise, you just want to get your stun off mostly, because your stun actually does physical damage, and it's 225, so it's not like horrible, but it's not amazing either. But with the amplified damage, like what was anti-mage have? He had 15, 16 armor. So he would have taken the full 225 damage, and his HP is not particularly high, and it wasn't higher back then as well. It was only about like half, so potentially could have gotten the kill, but also half of his team wasn't even alive, so pretty difficult, especially hard to lock down an anti-mage. He's probably going to get a Manta soon, if he doesn't already have it. He has the Yasha right now. Probably, is that an Ags? No, he's probably getting a, someone's probably getting something. Oh, this guy is getting an Ags, okay. But, who's using the courier for the side shot? Oh, there's an Ags on Gyrocopter 2? Okay. Looks like it'll be the Battle of the Ags. Ags can go on every single hero, by the way, except for Anti-Mage, I believe. Yeah. And on their side, on Wellplayed side, Ags on everyone except for, what's called, for the 2 carries, I guess. Although, to be fair, like, I want to say Wellplayed have a better late game, just because there's an Undying on the side of Valhalla Esports. So I'm curious. Okay, so it looks like there was a smoke going out, just a ward, and looks like he's just warded the high ground here. Very defensive wards, like they probably got de-warded here, so he's placed it somewhere else. Pretty smart. We're seeing a ward spotting out the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter's gonna ult and do what he can before he dies, because yeah, Sand King. Oh, not Sand King. Witch Doctor already had Maledict on, so he's probably gonna die if he ticked out anyway. We're seeing Shadow Blade coming out, and let's see if he can. Yep, he gets the stun off this time. And it looks like they're getting some pick-offs, and this is actually really big, especially in this patch where they've increased the amount of team gold that you get from getting kills. So going for these kills is definitely very potent. And we're probably going to see a Blink Dagger coming out for Tinker soon. Either that or a Force Staff. I do think a Blink Dagger is probably better, because you can sort of blink away really fast and get out of places, as well as blink in and position yourself well. Personally, I like to go with the Blink Dagger Force Staff combination, because you sort of blink force, blink use your damage, use your laser, force stuff away, rearm, blink, force. So you can sort of like kite around the map. Another fun thing is getting like Yule Scepter if they have any sort of silences, global silence or any of that sort of thing. There's not really anything of that, but there is a swap. So getting a force stuff could be a good idea. Although getting a blink could also be good, as long as you don't get hit by the Howl first, the Wave of Terror. Because if you get hit by that, then it cancels your blink, and then Nether Swap will put you in a bad position, and then you'll just die to all this burst damage. Because Gyrocopter, he's not really going for a carry build, but he's going for he's a pretty strong hero in general. Like with the 500 damage with the homing missile, the Rocket Barrage doing 600 damage, and with the cooldown doing what, 450 damage now. He's doing well over 1,000 damage with all of the spells. Not to mention OD, a really big powerhouse of a really hard hitter basically, especially when he gets Ags. I'm pretty sure he should already have it, isn't it? Yeah, Rannick has got his point booster, but he hasn't got his final item, his Blade of Alacrity. So we're seeing an Anti-Mage coming up with a Mad Style. They're doing Roshan. This is probably going to go to Anti-Mage, especially he's got double damage. He does a lot of damage. This is a really strong Anti-Mage at the moment. Playing really well. His last hitting is phenomenal, getting twice as many last hits as the next people down. Even Tinker, who is a split pusher who's going to be all around the map farming, has half as many last hits. So Anti-Mage has done really well. Like, they did deny him at the start getting farm, but it didn't really slow him down per se. And he's actually going to rush in here with double damage. Holy crap. That's ridiculous. And oh, this is interesting. They've added the Maledict to work on that thing. And it looks like a friend of mine is talking about not getting too excited. Gotta get excited about Dota 2, man. It's an exciting game. So, yeah, we've got a Shadow Blade coming out next to BKB. So probably not going to see that Silver Edge for a while. Makes sense, you want to get a BKB. Like, a Shadow Blade is already good. The Silver's Edge just sort of makes it a little better. I mean, it's going to remove Spell Shield as well as Mana Break for, I think it's 5 seconds. Which is pretty decent, like, especially if he then uses Manta. I think Manta breaks it, but I think your illusions still have no mana break or spell shield. So I'm curious to see how that interaction works. Whether you can break illusions after them cast. So before them cast actually. Yeah, sorry. And we're seeing a smoke on Witch Doctor. I wonder what they're gonna do with it. Oh wow, it looks like Valhalla actually de-warded that ward on the high ground. That's amazing that they did that. So it looks like they placed a ward up here instead. Arguably a better ward, I think. Like this ward doesn't give you vision of the high ground up here, but it gives you vision of like say the side shop as well as people who are rotating from the top lane. And you can then place a ward over here, and it'll mostly give you vision of this high ground, or at least all the entrances points to that high ground area. So like Antimate farming the enemy's jungle naturally just to sort of cut off their farm, even blinking in to this big camp. Bit of a risky move, especially with a slider being invis, but like it's an anti-mage. He's pretty freaking tanky now. Like got an Aegis, World's at his feet basically. And we're seeing an Aghanim Scepter on OD. Now the ult basically, if you can get it off, which he can't, GG for him. It basically gives everyone who gets hit by his ult the same debuff of Astral Imprisonment, which means he basically steals 13 int from everyone that gets hit by it, and disables them for 4 seconds. Basically, they're stuck in Astral for 4 seconds. So basically, in that situation, if he had more HP or if he had a BKB or if he just didn't get stun locked, he could have ulted all 5 of them, got 65 intelligence, and stunned them for 4 seconds and allowed them to just run away. And then what he could have done is he could have run away and then come back in with 65 extra base damage, which is ridiculous when you think about it, but pretty good. So seeing Slider coming in. Do they have any detection? They have sentries on Nevd. And yeah, it looks like they're just gonna sort of push this high ground now. They've sort of run out of reasons to farm. Antimage is pretty stacked too. He's already got all his items. I wonder if he's got any items in the career. I don't want to check though, because looks like a fight is going to break out here. And it looks like Pipe on Undying 2 now. Good item, but not good enough apparently. Not with all the physical damage, because yeah, with Slider physical damage, Medusa physical damage. Oh, nice. And here we go, massive ult coming in. And it looks like Gyrocopter is going to die. Pretty tanky, actually. He had 2 parts of his Ag Scepter. Oh, no, he hasn't finished as well, actually. And we're seeing Medusa ults. And Antimage is coming back in. He could actually walk back into that, although there is a stick charge. So if he stick charges and then stuns... Oh, wow, okay. So, breaks the thing, but there's an Illusion Rune. This Jay should really take that Illusion Rune before the... Okay, OD takes it instead. Illusion is probably the most strongest on illusion-based heroes such as Antimage. When I say illusion-based, I mean like his illusions get the mana break as well as spell shield. I think they get spell shield, so they and the illusion runes are actually tankier than Mantis style illusions. So very good rune basically for Antimage, and it looks like OD is going to get blown up. And this is one of those things where like they didn't actually get the top racks. So Well Played is still really in this game. They're not out by a long shot, but they're not exactly ahead, especially with an Antimage who can farm up so much faster. He's already got a heart now. Probably going to be looking to get like a Butterfly, Basher, BKB. Like he can really, like the world is his oyster basically. He can do whatever he wants really. And he's going to be taking the enemy jungle while I'm guessing he's going to let his own team farm up the other jungle, I guess. The friendly jungle. But yeah, it's not looking good for Well Played. Valhalla Esports definitely playing this game well. Although looks like the first tower is actually going to go down now. Which is a big deal, especially because there's a Skadi on Medusa. Wow. Yeah, this Medusa's starting to get a bit fat. And Antimage just doing his thing. Yeah, they've warded this high ground here, so this Antimage saw a potential and took it. And yes, he's going for a Basher. Makes sense. Like, there's no reason not to. Really strong item on him. He has really good attack speed as standard. He builds agility items in general, like Manta and Butterfly and stuff like that. So he's going to be hitting pretty fast. So getting multiple bashes is definitely a possibility for him. And it looks like we're seeing a Shiva's Guard first. That is very interesting, especially since I guess it works well against the OD because you're going to have so much int that you're not going to take that much damage. You're not going to lose all your int. How much int is there, by the way? Oh, we're seeing a thing here coming. Sand King going for the stun, but does Anti-Mage care? Not really. Oh wow, there's a lot of wards here. Oh no, there's just wards here. So it looks like Medusa's going to be in a bit of trouble. She has a lot of mana though. She's running out of mana, but she's just going to TP out. Okay, that's a smart thing to do. Like Rocket takes a long time to go away, and he probably saw that there was no mana on Venge. Meanwhile, top lane is getting pushed by Rax. And Gilly, just so you know, like, what's called? I can only talk about so many things at a certain time. Wow, that's a big explosion, but did it do anything? I mean, what did that really do? Not much. A mech coming out for the Sand King. Has he got the Guardian Greaves? No, he doesn't. He does have a Yule Scepter though, so Anti-Mage is gonna keep fighting? No, he's not. So they end up getting the range racks, but they lose their OD again, and this is really detrimental because OD is one of those heroes that needs to be like sort of pounding on people and hitting people. If he's getting stun locked and dying, then it's not ideal. And Anti-Mage is just gonna blink out if he doesn't get bashed all the time. And Tinker, can he get the kill? No, he's not. So the magic resistance is really helping out. He's maxed it now, so makes sense. He's already level 23. But Slider's gonna go for the chase still. Nah, there's all these towers here, so he can't actually see him. So he's just gonna have to TP out. He's got no mana, got no health. Back to base he goes. So Tinker's gonna keep split pushing this map. He's gotta try and get some more items. He's got his Shivas now, I think. I want to say. Yeah, he's got his Shivas now. So with Shivas, hopefully he'll be able to do more in team fights in terms of control and slowing, because the slow is actually really good on what's called Shivas. What is it? Blast movement slow 40%. So if you can just like blast someone for 4 seconds, you rearm, blast them again, they're constantly going to be 40% slow, and it's an AoE, so it hits everyone. It's pretty good. And the attack speed slow is also really good. The armor's really good. Everything about that item is good. The only problem is, would a Hex be better for lockdown? With a Dagon be better for damage? Probably not, but what else are we seeing? So they're just basically taking over the jungle, so so this Tinker can't farm the jungle himself. He's farming the enemy jungle, which is like pretty much the only thing he can do, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. He's gonna take this tower eventually with the Medusa over here, but it looks like by the time they even go for this tower, they're gonna get their racks taken. Odie's not one of those heroes that doesn't do well at taking racks or taking towers in general. That's always been his issue. But you make up for that by having an Undying such as that. So okay, so they see the Sand King. Can Sand King get out of here, or can he get his stun off? He's gonna have to buy back, although I don't think he has buyback. So where's this Anti-Mage, by the way? Oh, he's mid lane. Okay, so he's just split pushing while they're like creating space over here. Space created, I guess. Meanwhile, Slider's just sort of sitting here doing nothing, because what can he really do? And Tinker's being split pushed by 2 lanes, so what can he really do? And you see what's happening with the thing. Oh, we're seeing an OD ult, and you can see he hit 2 people, so they both get disrupted and lose mana. And there you go, there's the strength of OD. 4 staff in, 1 hit kill heroes. But meanwhile, Anti-Mage is just farming the racks, while this Medusa losing intelligence and hence losing mana, and now he's just gonna die. Anti-Mage did absolutely nothing that fight, but he didn't even need to. Like 4v5, they're just stronger. Like they had map control, they're able to farm their items up. You got Nags on Gyrocopter, you got all these items on Undying, he's fully stacked. Anti-Mage is 6 slotted. Venge is a 4-star, all he really needs. He was a support as well, so he was a 5 position. So him having no item, having no farm, managed to get a 4-star. So really good on his part. So now they've got Mega Creeps. They're probably just going to back off and not lose any more heroes, but it's pretty much GG at this point. There's not really much well played can really do. Valhalla Esports did play well, and I feel like the OD pickup was probably the most questionable, but it did well in removing a lot of the mana from what's called Medusa when he was actually able to get his ult on Medusa. I think the real players was the Gyrocopter and the Undying in that aggressive trial lane. They were able to keep that Medusa down to level 3 for the longest time. It was like 8 minutes in and this Medusa was level 3. It was ridiculous. And yeah, it's good to see like Undying being picked up more. He's a really strong hero, but doesn't do well in the late game. So what they did is they picked up late game heroes like OD and Anti-Mage. Arguably not the best late game heroes, but still really good. So anyway, GG, well played, guys. This is a fun game, by the way. It wasn't is a friendly match, not a competitive game. So, yeah. Well played by Valhalla Esports, and also well played. Good name, by the way. Anyway, that's it. That's it for me. I'm gonna leave this game and probably end the stream because my internet's dying. But anyway, GG, guys.